youth prevailing here in season 11, that's for sure so far.
All right, the blinds are going up to 20 and 40. A quick fold by Anthony Gregg. Larry Sharp also folding. Actions on Chris Van Dursen, the fish tank. And he's going to raise with 10, 8 of spades. Reynolds out.
Oh, look at this.
Andre picking up the weapons of mass destruction, the pair of aces.
Yep, he's in the small blind here.
He's the rocket man.
Just gonna call here. I'm not fond of this play. And the reason I'm not fond of it is because you entice the big blind to call, where now you have to be 2 players with the aces instead of just 1.
He's got 10s, Mike, and he didn't raise as well. Very interesting. And look at this, a 10 on the flop, 3 of a kind.
Incredible. This could spell big trouble for Andre here.
Oh, now the rocket man is going to explode with a bet, it appears.
Well, he's gonna lead right out in bed here.
115.
And I'll tell you one thing, if Chris Lee happens to pull the trigger and raises here, we're gonna have a giant pot. Remember, Fish Tank was the pre-flop raiser here. Chris Lee just calling with the 3 10s.
Fish Tank also with 10s, just a pair of 10s, of course, is also going to call.
Well, he's calling because he thinks if one of these guys would have flopped queens, they would have checked to him and maybe check raised him. And now a 9 comes off. That's got to be a scare card for everybody, including Chris Lee, who flopped 3 10s, because it looks like a potential straight out there now.
But the rocket man, Andre Niffler, of course, on the short stack. And again, he's going to plunge away. 150.
About 4 something.
Chris Lee saying, how much more you got, my victim? No, he's going to move it up to 425 to go. Fish Tank gets out of the way. And back on Andre. Now he's only got 400, 500 left.
The weirdest hand here.
Well, Vince, the toughest thing about 2 aces is getting away from him. He may be able to get away from him because he let out here on the turn with this hand. He's finding out where he's at, though, when his opponent makes a big raise.
Oh, man, they're so pretty.
I want to show this one, kind of.
Remember, he made this raise with a man sitting behind him, so he's got to have a hand here that most likely beats the 2 aces, and that's exactly the case. Good laydown by Andre there.
Well, he saved his short stack.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at clubwpt.com. Sign up today for free using bonus code YT22 and get a free entry into a $5,000 guaranteed tournament.
50 and 100. Action on Jared Jaffe. Quick fold by him. Anthony Mayo from Philadelphia also going out.
Round to Anthony Marilla now.
Up to Anthony.
He's a New Yorker, and he's got a pair of kings.
He's a finance professional. Went to Auburn undergrad, to Syracuse Law School. Got 2 kings here and is going to raise the pot. $225,000 to go.
Now David has a pretty solid ace, queen of spades, and he is going to re-raise. Lod from Brooklyn out.
Look at this, Marilla just calls, does not re-raise with the 2 kings. A bit surprising to me.
Here is the flop. It's a 7-6-5. Safe for the kings.
Well, he checks him. David checks right behind him, and now a queen comes off. This could spell trouble for David. He now has top pair with top kicker. But he doesn't have the best hand, as Marilla has the kings and bets $450,000.
The way Morella's been playing this hand so far, it's got his man completely trapped. It's just a smooth call there by Paredes. And the river card is an ace. Oh no! David making aces and queens. What a draw out against Marella.
Well, Marella has checked here. And you see David reaching for chips, and why not?
Doesn't realize how lucky he is.
He's going to bet 1.5 million here. Well, we thought Marilla was playing this hand very slow. It may bode well for him, Vince. As he lays his hand down here, he lost the minimum possible with that hand.
Incredible escape there by the New Yorker. Maurice is very entertaining. A lot of heart there, and what a poker player. And he has picked up a great hand, pair of aces.
Well, then you've got to be an amazing woman to have 5 kids and put up with a poker playing husband.
He's raised to 300, and behind him, David with a pair of 9s here.
This hand could spell trouble for David, especially if he 3-bets it here. But he doesn't. He just makes the call on the button with the 2 9s.
Joe Keith are getting out of their way. Jerry Payne doesn't play.
Action is going to be on Maurice after this flop. And the flop is 6 deuce deuce, a very nice flop for 2 aces. And there's a continuation bet of 500,000. But no way you're going to throw away 2 9s here, Vince. He's going to make the call, so this could spell trouble for David.
Turn card 5 of diamonds. Doesn't change much. Maurice is going to slow down and check.
When I got called on the flop, I think you have to continue here on the turn in terms of betting. David checks 2 9s.
Oh no, the 9 on the river. 9's full for David. This is ridiculous.
Maurice bet 700,000 on the river. Action's on David now. He's got 9s full. It's definitely going to get raised, just a matter of how much.
David's wife, Caitlin, in the audience.
What discipline David showed in checking on the turn there. I'm wowed by that.
Here it comes, the hammer coming down.
And what a hammer. A 2 million raise on the river here by David Paredes. And Maurice has got aces up, Vince, and how do you throw them away here the way this betting's gone? The guy called a raise before the flop, called your bet on the flop. But look at that. Maurice mucks 2 aces, and he mucks them face up to show David, I read you like a book, my friend.
David's not going to show the hand. That's the fold of the year.
That's an incredible laydown by Maurice Hawkins right there.
As we go down to the felt. And right now it's on Matt Waxman. Quick fold by him. Nick Schulman folding ace-5. Modest out. And now finally the Frenchman picking up the big hand, pair of kings.
Well, we talked about limping in the small blind with your strong hands to protect your weak ones, and David shares that philosophy.
Well, he wants the chip leader to come over the top, but that's not going to happen. Darren with just a jack deuce, not going to fall into any traps. Wants to see a flop. Here we go. And the flop is a massive jack deuce 5 here. Darren Elias flopping 2 pair.
Disaster for David Benjamin, who was hoping to be able to play a big pot post-flop with his kings. If that were to happen now, he would lose a big pot.
Oh boy. So Darren has bet just a measly 15, getting called. And now it only gets better for Darren Elias.
That jack should prevent David from getting stacked. Before, I think if the turn was a brick, he would have looked to get a lot of money in. Now, he's just going to be calling down.
35,000 has been bet. Elias with his full house already. Benjamin's got to make that call. Going to the river. Has to hit a king here. Not to be. 4 clubs on the river.
That 4 is an interesting card because if Darren was semi-bluffing with a hand like 4-3 or 6-4, he's now made a pair that he can check and just try and show down with. The fact that he's betting again and betting so big means his range has become polarized between strong hands like straights and trip jacks and weak hands like spades that are just bluffing. David here with a really tough decision.
Yeah, the bet is 125 by Darren Elias. Very tough to get away from this hand. Clock is ticking down to 5 seconds, and he's taking more time.
Well, if you're in Benjamin's shoes and you get to the river like this, what hands are you calling with that are better than pocket kings? Like if you're gonna fold kings, what's a better hand than kings that you get there like this and you call with? I'm having trouble finding one.
It's going to take more time, but it's very tough to lay down this hand. think 90% of the players would make this call at this point, but he's going to make the good laydown.
Wow.
Look at that. He laid down the kings. Darren Elias picking that one up.